Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're really digging into the Emmy buzz around CBS's new drama, Matlock. Specifically Kathy Bates, right? We've looked into it, and honestly, there's some pretty surprising angles on its nomination chances.
Yeah, it's really compelling because, this isn't just some simple reboot they've thrown out there. It feels more like a strategic play. Maybe even something that could challenge how awards bodies think, about network TV.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. Because the central performance, this is where it gets really interesting. You might think, oh, Matlock's just a straightforward remake, maybe gender swapped.
Right.
But Kathy Bates is playing Madeline Kingston. And she's brilliant. She uses that familiar Matlock idea, that persona, but it's a ruse, a really clever one. Her actual motive, it's this deeply personal revenge plot.
Which is pretty dark, actually.
Totally. It's tied to her daughter's death from an opioid overdose. And that whole grim modern angle, it completely sets it apart from a simple remake. Gives it this powerful contemporary foundation.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how they blend that. You've got the familiar courtroom procedural feel.
Yeah, the comfort food aspect.
Exactly. But mixed with really sharp, very contemporary social commentary. It goes right at the opioid crisis, like you said, but also tackles things like, the challenges older women face in the workplace and these really complex parent-child dynamics.
So it's not just background noise.
No, not at all. These themes are baked right into her character, her motivations.
Yeah.
And that makes it resonate, I think, much more deeply than your typical network show might. It feels elevated.
So connecting that to the Emmys. What does it all mean? I mean, this show seems perfectly positioned to challenge that network TV bias we talk about.
Right, the one that favors streaming and cable.
Exactly. For years, it's felt like prestige TV mostly lived on those platforms, leaving broadcast kind of overlooked, right? But Matlock seems like solid proof that network TV can still deliver genuinely exhilarating storytelling. And it's not just us saying that. It's been one of the most watched new shows out there.
Which shows it has broad appeal and that critical depth.
Yeah.
And if you look at the bigger picture, Emmy voters snubbing procedurals, that's not new. But maybe it's getting a bit outdated.
Good point.
Like for ages, Emmys went for those shows that felt more like, I don't know, limited run craft beers, right? Serialized, cinematic, usually on streamers or premium cable.
And network TV was the reliable lager.
Kind of, yeah. Hugely popular, but maybe seen as special. Now, you have seen some streaming procedurals break through lately, like Poker Face on Peacock.
All right, it got some buzz.
But Matlock breaking through would feel different, potentially bigger, because it's coming straight from a traditional broadcast network.
Well,
it directly confronts that old bias.
And the timing on this couldn't be tighter, could it?
No, we're right up against it.
The window for the 2025 Emmy nominations just closed. Voting ended June 23rd.
So everyone's waiting.
Yeah, holding our breath until July 15th for the official announcements.
Yeah.
And CBS, well, they've been strategic. Matlock is in for Best Drama Series, Kathy Bates for Best Drama Actress.
And they didn't stop there. They submitted supporting actors, guest actors. It seems like a full court press.
Definitely a very calculated push to get noticed.
Which, it really brings up a bigger question here. If Matlock gets nominated, especially for Best Drama or for Kathy Bates, that's more than just an award.
It feels symbolic.
Exactly. It's a powerful statement. It could signal a real shift, maybe, in how the industry sees traditional network TV, validating the idea that quality, that ambition, it exists outside the streaming prestige bubble, too.
It really does feel like a fight for the soul of network TV in that whole awards conversation. So thinking ahead to those nominations, maybe the question for you listening is, what really defines award-worthy television for you? And could a show like Matlock actually fundamentally redefine that for everyone?